and that 1-0 lead holds here into the third. Back with Buck Martinez, Matt Vasgersian. It'll be Jose Altuve to lead things off in the Houston half of the third. Altuve, Brantley, and Bregman against Anibal Sanchez, who had to work hard to limit the damage of just that one run in the second. And that's a fair ball and a smash past Rendon. Altuve into second, taking the big turn. He's still moving. There's trouble in the corner. What took so long? No idea what was going on in the left field corner. We'll have a replay of it again, but our view is partially obscured. Let's take a look at it here.
Soto goes down into the corner, and you can see it's not stuck. He just swiped at it and missed it. It bounces around, and to his credit, Altuve kept his eye on the ball down in the left field corner. Another high breaking ball, one of the best high ball hitters in the game. He's got his eye on Soto, sees that Soto missed it, and then heads around second and ends up at third. That ball was rolling along the fence, and Soto tried to glove it, and it got past him.
Scored as a double and an error on Juan Soto that leads to the extra base for Altuve. He's at third base to lead off the inning. Just keeps doing it. 23 consecutive postseason games in which he has reached base safely. What do you know it? Anibal Sanchez back into the stretch immediately once again.
Well, he's been there all night long, as you mentioned, and now he's got a tough customer with a runner at third base. We mentioned Michael Brantley has 31 career at-bats against Sanchez. He has struck out just once. This is exactly what you want in this situation. Put the ball in play. Ground ball to the right side of the infield, gets past the pitcher, it's a run.
Sanchez had him in a 2-strike count to the first before Brantley flied to center. And that's back up the middle. 2-0 Houston.
Well, this looks a little bit more like the Astros offense tonight than we have seen in the first two games, and they take advantage of that error by Soto in left field. Altuve comes in to score the second run. But Brantley, the perfect hitter in that situation, because he's not going to strike out. It's a base hit. It bounces past the pitcher and then handcuffs Cabrera, who had a chance to make a play and get it out, but he can't field it cleanly. It's an infield hit and an RBI for Brantley.
Two 2-0 Houston, man aboard with still nobody out. Back to Alex Bregman, a strikeout victim back in the first. No swing after the delayed appeal down to first base. Bregman's strikeout in the first came with a runner at second base, making him 1 for 13 with runners in scoring position this postseason. .41 home runs during the regular season. Don't throw him middle in.
Yeah, he is much better in half of the play, and he likes the ball up. He's one of those guys that's not really big in the stature, but boy, he can get on top of a high fastball.
Brantley's running.
Yeah, you got to expect the Astros are going to be aggressive, and Brantley's not a real speedster, but they've got to try to create some movement on the infield, get the base runners going. They haven't hit much in this series so far. They're trying to ignite the offense and get a little momentum going. We had mentioned they have not been as aggressive in the postseason as they were during the regular season in their individual at-bats. Trying to change that.
Bregman lines the ball into center field, and Robles has it. That's the first down of the inning. Yuli Gurriel lined to right field rather in his first try tonight. Altuve doubled and got to third on the error to open the inning. Brantley singled him in. And with one away now, it's Gurriel. You were talking about Anibal Sanchez and the no-hitter he threw early in his career back in 2006. That was as a 22-year-old rookie called up from AAA midseason, the year Joe Girardi managed the Marlins. It was just his 14th career start, and it seemed like the future was very bright for Anibal Sanchez, which it has been, but it has not been without setbacks. 2007, he had arm surgery to repair a torn labrum in his pitching shoulder.
He's from Venezuela. He's the 6th Venezuelan-born pitcher to throw a no-hitter in the big leagues.
Gurriel sends a fly ball to center field. And Robles has this one. Sanchez signed a very lucrative free agent contract to go to Detroit in 2013 when he won the ERA title. But later during that contract, the last few years of it specifically, is when it looked like he was in decline. Over the 2015 and 16 and 17 seasons, a 3-year period, he had the worst ERA among qualified pitchers, over 5.5. Signed a 2-year deal to come to the Nationals just days after Washington had spent $140 million on Patrick Corbin. They get Sanchez at a dramatically reduced rate as an insurance policy. Brantley runs. Suzuki's throw down to second's too late.
All right, Brantley guessed right there. Michael Brantley had just 3 steals during the regular season in 5 attempts. But after so many tosses to first base in this game by Sanchez, he guessed right. This pitch is a tough one for Suzuki. Little sidearm toss. He's got no shot at all. Brantley got a running start over at first.
So an RBI situation now for Carlos Correa. We talked about those numbers for Suzuki in game 2. Threw out a runner at third trying to steal, something that hasn't happened much this year. 2 balls and a strike to Correa.
You saw Suzuki go through 2 signs with his fingers and then touch 2 spots on his chest protector, and teams are so aware of the possibility of stealing signs. Next inning, he could use the outside signs as the indicator. They might be the signs. He just has to constantly switch things up, and they will have the different sequence of signs on that wrist band where he's got all the information written down.
Man, 2-1 pitch looked like it had the inside corner. Not so, says Gary Cederstrom.
Another borderline pitch that goes in the hitter's favor. It's been consistent for both pitchers tonight.
Yep.
Very conservative strike zone.
3 balls and a strike to count to Correa. We've said this a couple times. Again, Sanchez trying to limit the damage with a runner in scoring position. Full count now.
Look at the outfield defense and how deep Soto is in left field. Any kind of base hit to left field, he's had no shot at making a play to throw the runner out at the plate, especially with 2 outs. He's just too deep.
Got him swinging. It looked like Sanchez went Laredo on him there. Dropped down on him to strike him out on a breaking ball.
He's always thinking about getting out of jams, and he makes a good pitch to end the inning.
1 more in the Houston half of the 3rd. 2-0 Astros.